Manny Machado's free agent saga has dragged on seemingly forever, and certain White Sox fans who once desperately wanted him in black pinstripes now get agitated by every tweet that mentions his name. Such is life in the 2018-19 baseball offseason. Well, there's still no Machado decision, but there is another Machado update, this one a 1-2 punch from the New York Post's Joel Sherman and MLB Network's John Heyman. First, Sherman took a look at whether Machado, or the other mega free agent the baseball world is waiting on, Bryce Harper, would be willing to punt a massive money contract to next offseason rather than accept one of the lower-than-expected bids this winter. The prospect of Machado or Harper taking a one-year deal would have seemed ludicrous mere months ago, when they were both expected to receive decade-long deals worth $300 million or more. Well, those apparently haven't materialized, at least in Machado's case, with the only reported offer being the one he got from the White Sox, reportedly worth $175 million over 7 years. But Sherman laid out some interesting points in favor of Machado doing such a thing. It could allow Machado to test out a team before committing himself to one for the better part of the next decade, especially when the three teams going after him, the White Sox, Philadelphia Phillies and San Diego Padres, are focused on future success rather than simply being a contender in 2019. That doesn't apply quite as much to the Phillies, who probably feel Machado would make them a contender for the upcoming season. But the White Sox and Padres, even with Machado, wouldn't figure to be playoff teams in 2019. Sherman also mentions how a one-year deal could also better position Machado to land with his preferred team, the New York Yankees, on a long-term deal. While the Yankees infield is crowded now, there are questions about Miguel Andujar's ability to be the third baseman of the future there, and the Rookie of the Year runner-up has had his name mentioned in trade rumors throughout the offseason. Troy Tulowitzki is on a one-year deal for 2019. Didi Gregorius, the team's starting shortstop on the mend from Tommy John surgery, is slated to hit free agency next offseason. In other words, the Yankees could have much bigger need for Machado after the 2019 season than they do ahead of it. Of course, a one-year deal for Machado would make no sense at all for the White Sox, who are entirely focused on competing in the long term. Acquiring Machado for one season, a season in which the team is not expected to contend for a championship, with no guarantee that he'd stick around once the contention window fully opens, is pointless and does nothing to accomplish any of the franchise's long-term goals. So even if it would be a potentially attractive move for Machado, it'd likely be a non-starter for Rick Hahn and his front office. Then there's the other part of this update, from Heyman, who tweeted that Machado might not be happy with the offers he's received so far this offseason. As mentioned, the only one of those we've heard supposed details about is the one from the White Sox, who reportedly offer a 7-year contract worth $175 million. It's worth noting that Machado's agent, Dan Lozano, issued a formal statement calling those reported details wrong. But a bunch of reports contradicted one that the White Sox offer was worth $250 million over 8 years. So it's no surprise that Machado's camp might not have received the offers it was expected he would get when the offseason began. Heyman added that Machado might simply be waiting to see if the Yankees will come calling. They played host to Machado during his free agent tour in December, but they've been considered out of the running for his services since signing infielders Tulowitzki and DJ LeMahieu and spending big dollars on free agent relief pitchers Zach Britton and Adam Ottavino. But if Machado's desire to play in the Bronx is as strong as has been reported, maybe he'd be willing to take a less-than-ideal offer from the Yankees before he would take one from other suitors such as the White Sox. Of course, the Yankees may not be feeling the union as much as Machado is. Just to be clear, while Machado may still be holding on to long-shot hopes for the Yankees, there's no evidence that still could happen. John Heyman, at John Heyman, February 4, 2019. So what does this mean for the White Sox? They could currently be the highest bidder. It's been reported that Machado will go to the highest bidder above all else. course, the White Sox believe themselves to be strong in the all-else category, too, providing something that no other team can, the ability to team with Miami friends Yonder Alonso, also Machado's brother-in-law, and John Jay. But Machado's continued dragging out of this process might not be good news. Is his camp so unhappy with the White Sox offer that it will take another to get him to the South Side? Or does he so badly want to play for a team not currently pursuing him that he'll wait as long as possible to see if they'll jump in? The White Sox want Machado now, but does that make any difference? If everything with the White Sox offer and the opinion Machado has of the organization was good, wouldn't he already be on the team? As has been the case through this entire process, it seems we don't know what's really going on. What we do know, still no decision from Machado. Or Harper, for that matter. We're just a week away from spring training, and the offseason keeps on dragging on. Click here to download the new My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the White Sox easily on your device. It's tough to back up and eventually replace a legend, though Ron Karkovice was able to pull it off. He carved out a nice major league career in doing so. Karkovice was born August 8, 1963 in Union, NJ, and was drafted 14th overall in the first round of the 1982 MLB draft out of Boone High School in Orlando. In 1984, his profile in the White Sox media guide already included the nickname Kark. By 1985, the Sox media guide tacked on an O to make it Karko. Karkovice had a stellar defensive reputation from the start, but he added an impressive .282, .394, .517 with 20 HR with the bat in 97 games with Birmingham AA in 1986. The White Sox came calling in August. Karko spent his first several major league seasons backing up future Hall of Famer Carlton "Pudge" Fisk. While working as a backup, Karkovice had a few memorable performances. In only his 23rd career start behind the dish, he caught Joe Cowley's no-hitter against the Angels in Anaheim. He homered in that game as well. No other catcher in White Sox history has homered and caught a no-hitter in the same game. Improbably, Karkovice hit an inside-the-park grand slam August 30, 1990 at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, which still is in the books as a grand slam even if it was largely due to misplays by Twins outfielders John Moses. Those 4 runs would be all it took for the White Sox to come away with a 4-3 win. On August 11, 1991, Karkovice caught a no-hitter by Wilson Alvarez, who was making his White Sox debut and second start of his major league career. Karko, or Kark, if you prefer, is one of 5 catchers in White Sox history along with Ed McFarland 2, Ray Schalk 3, Luke Sewell 2, and A.J. Pierzynski 2, to catch multiple no-hitters. In 1992, Karkovice was the main man behind the plate for the White Sox as Fisk was winding down his career, and in 1993 he had a career-high 20 home runs. There were also 11 sacrifice bunts to go along with those 20 long ones. The 20 HR, 10 sac bunt combo has only been done 8 times since, including Jose Valentin, 2000, and Juan Uribe, 2004, for the White Sox. Karkovice's defensive numbers backed up his reputation. For his career, Karkovice threw out 281 of 682 potential base stealers, 41%, including a remarkable 54%, 56 of 104, in 1993. Karko evolved into Officer Karkovice due to his strong aversion to bass theft. The officer hung around with the White Sox through the 1997 season, and though he signed with the Indians in January 1998, he didn't make the team, so he ended up finishing a career-long member of the Southsiders. Karkovice posted an unimpressive .221, .289, .383 line for his career, though his 96 home runs long stood as the record for most by a player who played his entire MLB career for the White Sox. Alexei Ramirez briefly took over the record until he joined the Padres to begin 2016. Currently, Jose Abreu holds the distinction, 146 and counting. Despite his offensive limitations, the White Sox have not had a catcher of Karkovice's defensive ability since he hung up the mask. Because of his defensive excellence, he was more valuable than many fans realize. Measuring by both Baseball Reference and Fangraphs wins above replacement, he was better during his White Sox career than fellow Orlando High School product A.J. Pierzynski. Career WAR with White Sox games. Baseball Reference WAR. Fangraphs WAR and Karkovice 939 14.6 13.7 A.J. Pierzynski 1068 12.9 12.5. After his playing career, Karkovice had a few assorted coaching gigs. He coached for the Newark Bears 2009-11 under manager Tim Raines, then served as bench coach for the Camden River Sharks in 2012 before moving up to manage the River Sharks in 2013-14. Ron Karkovice is remembered quite well. MLB Pipeline has been releasing top prospect lists since 2004. From 2004 to 2011, they ranked the top 50 prospects in the game, and it has since been expanded to a top 100. The 2019 top 100 list is hot off the presses. 6 White Sox prospects made the cut, with 5 ranking in the top 50. Consider this, the White Sox had 5 different top 50 prospects from 2004 to 2014 combined. That's only counting Brian Anderson once. He made the list in 2005 and 2006. They have 5 this season alone. Let's go year by year and revisit the White Sox. We are only counting prospects who were in the organization at the time, who appeared on the MLB Pipeline Top 50 and Top 100 lists. 2004 none. 2005 Ryan Sweeney, 31. Sweeney played 33 games for the White Sox before being dealt to Oakland with Faustino de los Santos and Gio Gonzalez in the Nick Swisher trade. Brian Anderson, 38. The first 2 home runs of Anderson's career home runs were the first 2 home runs Felix Hernandez allowed in the majors. 2006 Anderson, 42. 2007 Josh Fields, 24. Fields is one of 10 White Sox rookies to hit 20 home runs in a season. He hit 23 of them in 2007. 2008 Gio Gonzalez, 24. Gonzalez led the minor leagues with 185 strikeouts in 2007. 2009 none. 2010 none. 2011 Chris Sale, 25. You know, the guy picked one spot before Dylan Covey in the 2010 MLB draft. 2012 Addison Reed, 100. The 2013 White Sox had 40 saves as a team. Reed had all of them. 2013 Courtney Hawkins, 68. Hawkins /.285, .342, .505 with 18 home runs and 72 RBIs in 88 games for the independent Sugarland Skeeters in 2018. 2014 Eric Johnson, 70. The White Sox sent Johnson and Fernando Tatis Jr. to San Diego for James Shields. Source Subject. Matt Davidson, 80. Last year, Davidson hit 3 home runs on opening day and struck out Giancarlo Stanton in August. How was your 2018? 2015 Carlos Rodon, 14. Rodon posted a 1.84 ERA in July and August last season but followed that up with a 9.22 ERA in September. Tim Anderson, 76. Anderson has the 3rd most career BWAR among position players drafted in the first round of the 2013 draft, trailing only Chris Bryant and Aaron Judge. Frankie Montes, 91. Montes still has the fastest pitch by a White Sox player since 2015, with 2 pitches at 100.6 miles per hour on Sept. 16, 2015, according to BaseballSavant.com. 2016 Carson Fulmer, 38. The first batter Fulmer faced in the majors was Albert Pujols, and he struck him out on 3 pitches. Anderson, 47. 2017 Yoan Moncada, 2. Moncada had 1 more strikeout in 2018, 217, than Nellie Fox did in his career. The game has changed. Lucas Giolito, 12. Through his first 26 starts of 2018, Giolito had a 5.85 ERA, but the White Sox were 14-12 in those games. Michael Kopech, 16. Kopech was the first pitcher in White Sox history with 4 or more strikeouts and no walks in each of his first 2 career Major League appearances. Reynaldo Lopez, 45. Lopez already had postseason experience, 1 game in the 2016 NLDS by the time he made this list. Fulmer, 71. Zach Collins, 81. The fact that Collins was born on the 100th anniversary of Babe Ruth's birth will never stop being awesome. 2018 Eloy Jimenez, 4. Jimenez has a .340, .388, .594 line with 95 runs scored, 44 doubles, 33 home runs and 108 RBIs in 155 games in the White Sox organization. Kopech, 10. Luis Robert, 28. Robert has 27 stolen bases, 34 walks and a .389 on-base percentage in 78 career minor league games. Alec Hansen, 54. Hansen's 191 strikeouts led the minors in 2017. Let's just forget about his 2018 season. Dylan Cease, 61. Cease went from number 77 on the 2017 list as a member of the Cubs organization, to no. 61 in 2018 to no. 21 in 2019. And he was named the 2018 MLB Pipeline Minor League Pitcher of the Year. His stock is rising. Dane Dunning, 92. The White Sox got Dunning and Lopez and Giolito from the Nationals for Adam Eaton. Blake Rutherford, 99. Anytime you can get a guy whose first name begins with B, and last name begins with Ruth, from the Yankees. 2019, Jimenez, 3. Kopech, 18. Cease, 21. Robert, 40. Nick Madrigal, 47. Madrigal had more walks, 7, and hit by pitches, 7, than he had strikeouts, 5, in 43 minor league games in 2018. Dunning, 80. Click here to download the new My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the White Sox easily on your device.